All right, class, what I have here is I have drew out a 45, 45, 9-degree right triangle, and I measured this length of the wood using my combination square, and I'll show you how I did that. So basically it's hard to do this with one hand, but you can kind of see there's a 3-inch mark right there. There's a 1/2 inch. Oops, let me try that again. There's a 1/2 inch mark right there, and then 1/16 over, and that's gonna make it 3 9/16 of an inch. Okay, and then the way I drew this line right here, make it 45 degrees, is I use my carpenter square, and I just hugged it along the wood, and I dragged it along until I saw that top of the line and drew a straight line. And that gives me a 45-degree angle. So my goal is, if I cut this right here at 3 inches and 9/16 of an inch, I can predict what these lengths are going to be based upon a 45, 45, 9-degree right triangle. So if you guys look here, here I drew a model of it. Here's 3 inches and 9/16. This is the side of the wood, and I predict that B is going to be the same length as the side of the wood. And I predict the hypotenuse is going to be, so 3 inches and 9/16 comes out to 3.5625. Find out, I use my calculator. If I multiply that by the square root of 2, I get 5.04 inches. So I predict this length, which is this length right here, I predict that to be 5 inches, pretty much 5 inches after I make the cut. Okay, so the way I'm going to make this cut is by using my miter saw. Now, if you look here at my miter saw, it tells you this is 0 degrees, which is equivalent to a 90-degree cut. So I'm going to grab my board here, and to cut that straight line, when I hug it along the fence, this angle right here is 90 degrees right there. But I want to move this miter to 45-degree angle so I can cut this line right here. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to grab this, loosen it, and I'm going to move it to 45 degrees angle right there, and then I'm going to lock it in place, and I'm going to get my board and I'm going to hug it against the fence. This is called the fence, and I'm going to align my blade with that line. And once it aligns perfectly, so it doesn't right there, I have to keep adjusting it, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the cut. Okay, so I got my blade set up, so I'm going to cut this at a 45-degree angle. And then I'm going to put it back to my 90-degree angle here. All right, so there's my triangle. I just gotta saw that off, and I'll have a 45, 45, 90-degree triangle. Okay, so here's my cut, and so remember what we predicted, 5 inches. So now here's my hypotenuse right here. I'm gonna put it along my ruler. I already have it set my ruler at 5 inches, so I'm gonna hug it against the edge, and you can see that that's like pretty much a perfect fit. It's exactly 5 inches, just like what we predicted. All right, so then we said this was going to be the same length as the other one, so I'm going to flip this over. And if you look there, you can see that is exactly, so the middle line, that's the halfway mark, that's 3 8/16. Right there at the end, that's 3 9/16. So this is just a model to show you that the special right triangles work in real life.